How can I do a better job of keeping up to speed with who I am? And we say, it's pretty easy when you, first of all, you understand who you really are, and next of all, you understand that law of attraction is responding to whatever vibrational aspect of you you're focused upon, and that when you focus in vibrational alignment with the source within you, and you allow all of that energy then to be drawn to who you are. Have you heard us say that one who is in alignment with the energy that creates worlds is more powerful than millions who are not? Have you heard us talk about the leverage of alignment, you see? Well, that's what we're talking about with this vortex. That when you take the time, and it's just a little bit of time, to acknowledge the existence of this vibrational aspect of you, and you care enough about how you feel that you line up with it, which means you ignore reality and instead give your undivided attention to how you feel, then you harness the energy that creates worlds. And then all things that you desire, they're happening all around you in such abundance that people who are witnessing are saying to you, what is up with you? And you would say simply, well, I discovered that how I feel matters most. And I decided to make the way I feel my highest priority. And I decided to not make how I feel be dependent upon anything other than my decision of how I feel. And they would say, oh. And then I realized that the vibration of the problem and the vibration of the solution are very different frequencies. And that as long as I was focused upon the problem and felt terrible, that I was part of the problem, not part of the solution. And when I put it together, that how I feel is what matters, then that means I could more often be part of the solution. Then my world began to shift. We want you to not give a rip what anybody else thinks. We want how you feel to be what matters most. And when how you feel is what matters most, everything in your world will change. When you're in the vortex, if you can align with the vortex, then the vortex literally reaches out and drags stuff back into the vortex. In other words, it occurred to her that the vortex is this functioning tool that seems to be the creator of the experience, and that her work was just to get into the vortex, and if she could do that, then the vortex would take care of everything else. Something about that mesmerizing moment made Esther realize that it's vortex first and manifestation after. I've been looking for something to put me in the vortex, and now I get it. I just have to know I'm worthy of it. I just have to know my inner being is there. I just have to want to resonate with it enough that I don't keep active in my vibration things that keep me out of it. I'm just going to make the vortex my predominant intention. And when I do, the vortex will take care of everything else. Vortex first. Every manifestation that you desire then will follow that. Whether you can hear it completely or not, the effort factor is always about bucking your own resistance. That's what every bit of the feeling of effort always is. It's about bucking resistance, which only exists because there's contradiction going on in your vibration. And there's something about, we've used the words, a lot of people have, but we've used the words making peace with what is as a way of beginning the explanation of this, that as you accept what is as what is, this is where I am, and then you diffuse it immediately by saying it's where I am, but it's temporary because the vortex is really where I'm going. We offered the best analogy that we've ever offered recently about you get your new car, and while they're building it, you say to them, you know that windshield that you usually put out there, I want it in the floorboard. Don't even put one out there because I always look right where I am. And of course, relative to what you're doing out on the highway, you know how ridiculous that is. Looking where you are is too late. It's too late. You want to be looking where you're going. But it's not, we don't mean it in the sense that what we mean is you want to look out there where you're going because that's where all the joy is. That's where all the alignment is. That's where all the energy is. And that's where the effort factor isn't.